Good evening. I figure I wasn't going to live stream. And then I decided, you know what? Like, I could do it for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour max. Just live stream something today. I was going to do it earlier, but it was a choice between live streaming and taking a nap. The nap won. I was a tired Vice. Um, so I think what we're going to do is get this mod ready to at least have an alpha version. I think we'll be able to get that done this stream. I don't remember what I last did here, so we're just gonna build. Apparently, I did change something. we're gonna let it roll. This way, I figure we'll get this mod out for an alpha version. I will once the alpha version's out, I'll let Tyron know. I think that temperature is bugged on spawning. Because I can't get anything to spawn in the cold, and the spiders, the regular ones, spawn during during the winter as well. It seems like there's no connection between like a negative number. So maybe it's like a particular kind of int that it's taking. I have no idea, but it's just not working. It seems like it's just really temperature's the thing that's hosing all of it. I'm gonna create a new world. Boop. So basically, we're gonna look for a couple things, right? Like I want to make sure my monsters spawn at least. The stalkers spawn. I'd like to see a variant. I want to see the order in which the items show up in creative. Make sure localization's done. So that's what this stream's gonna be about. It's gonna be a start to finish, getting your mod out, uploaded. If we pull up this right here, you can see I already have the page created for it. I took a couple screenshots. I figured I'd have one mid-combat as it was attacking me. The different color variants here. I ended up getting rid of the ashen for the spider, and I made it gold instead. I figured it kind of went a little better. I'll save the ashen for maybe the either the wraiths or the unstable, because I think those are going to be kind of like a darker color anyways. It just looked weird on the Widow because it was all black. Maybe something with a little more texture, would look better as a gray. And then, of course, I have another picture here showing like the size differences between the contaminations. I have, of course, just like the work in progress mod, a shameless plug right to the stream page here in case people want to watch me as I develop for it. Like with a monster, the stalkers, like kind of what they drop, their traits and whatnot, their abilities. And, just trying to kind of tell you about monster modifiers and then all the planned stuff that I would like to do. The event I think is going to be a lot of fun to make, but I want to have at least hollows kind of under my belt, maybe even the unstables and the wraiths before making an event like that. Bissels would be cool. I had the idea of having an ooze monster as well. So yeah. So we got the web page kind of done. Holy shit! I have 77 fucking updates. Holy moly! Oof. Probably never gonna go through those. Oh man. Okay, let's continue this here. Tuba, very high. Combed, none. Grin, none. Stubble, black hair. Confirm. Burp, burp, burp. Clockmaker. Burp, 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 burp. All right, so we are indeed in the game. Wow, that's a lucky spawn. Got a trader right there. I kind of want to see what that trader has. What's this world seed? Although it doesn't even matter anymore, right? Like when 1.18 comes out, oh my god, be able to, like, the world gen, it's fucking awesome. Oh, look at you, ugly. Burp, 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 burp. So this bastard wants that. Oh, okay, charcoal. I was gonna say. Oh, and fire clay. Reindeer herder fur coat. Yeah, let me bend over and pull that out, honey. Rough lapis. This motherfucker's like, give me gems and I'll give you a storage vessel. Alright, buddy. I'm gonna leave your doors open. Hope nothing bad happens to you. I hear there are these crazy things that spawn at night. Ooh. Alright, so first things first, now that I'm done being an asshole. Let's go into creative. Alright, so this is how things are gonna come in. Got basic stuff, we got some secret stuff that I have to get rid of. Stalker webs, we'll make sure those work. I will spawn one of these. Make sure, yep, little Spidey works. Oop. Spider web indeed works. Hey, ugly. Boom! Missed me. Oh. Come on. Do Poison Fang. Hmm. Yep, the webbing indeed does work. See, during the daytime, these things are going to be unique. Oh shit! Did you hear the brrr? That means Poison Fang's going to happen. God, I'm so used to fighting these things. Oh shit! Oh, and a rift spawns right there. Shit, where'd it go? Oh. See. Oh! Fucking Poison Fang, man. Ah. uh, uh, uh. Ow! Ah! Fucking spider, man. Uh. Ah! Motherfucker. Whoa. Man, the jump that it does. Ah! Alright, I can run from it. It's during the day. Here we go. At night, they keep pursuing you. Fucking game mode too. Okay. Well, that worked out nicely. Let's get my admin block. People are gonna be like, "Why did you make such an OP block? It like heals you to max and everything." It's because I get my ass kicked trying to see if this stuff works. All right. How many hits from a spear would this have? Like a copper spear? Where are you? Oh, you're almost dead, anyways. Dead. Make sure I can loot you. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, cool. Got a stalker web. Oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe because these are considered hostile mobs, they spawn around rifts. I kind of like that. I don't think the spawning's going to work if we do /time set 1000 February /time set night. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to make sure if we're gonna have a release, we need to go into here. Yeah, we got to disable this. Talk about bombing out someone's someone's connection. Just spamming. Yeah, that's another thing too. We have to make sure, like, as I fight things, as I do things, um, nothing crazy happens. Let's get an oil lamp. I'm gonna dual wield oil lamps. There we go. So we got a couple spiders there. Again, not too bad, and they were around a rift, so I'm okay with that. Good. So 3 hits with a copper spear. That's about how strong I want them to be. Again, it's winter. I don't think we're going to have any of my boreal spiders spawn. Doing that just because. But it sounded like when we were fighting the spider, like it had plenty of like its sounds were working. I wasn't getting any errors. Textures look fine. The animations were fine. It was funny because like fighting these things during the day, it's going to be really easy. At night, not so much. During the day, they're constantly trying to fight going back to sleep, so they're tired during the day. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. No spiders. Let's do game mode 1. Oh, that's just the sound of water. I hear temporal thingies. Ah. Eh. I just want to see how many hits it's gonna take. Dickwad, come on. Fucking hiding in the brush. Alright, I'm gonna die. Throwing stones at me. Jerks. Alright. I don't know, it kind of seems like it's working. You know, my spiders, they may not come out during the winter. You know, it could be just like a feature for now until the boreals get added. Well, until the boreals spawn, right? Maybe there's something weird with the world gen, or not the world gen, but like the runtime, you know, of spawning using negative numbers. Maybe it wants it presented either in a certain way or I don't know. Yeah, I don't see any spiders, which is fine. Honestly, we should not be seeing the widows right now, so that's expected behavior. Um, yeah, I think let's go back into our creative world. I might as well create a new creative world. Delete this, confirm. Now we're going to quit. Oh yeah, we got to check the config file that I generate as well. I decided to do something different with the config file. I'm going to put a version in there. That way I can, when I make changes, I can force everything to get reset. So we want to go to... Who the hell is this? Who would want their character to look like this? Come on, man. I wish there was like a preset saved. Oh, needs to be very high. There we go. Oops. Combed. None. Grin. None. Stubble. There we go. Confirm. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Look at this, huh? It's probably chilly. It is chilly here. All right. So, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of a couple items here, right? That like my test items. So the vial of ichor, we're going to add to the ignore list because it doesn't really do anything yet. So I don't want people to spawn it and play with it. So we need to go into item types, vial, and we need to add. Might as well pull it from here. A skip variant section. There we go. So put a comma. Whoops. Did not mean to paste it here. Cut. Boop. Kind of excited to go to bed tonight just because I have I haven't kept up on my webtoons. So I know I got a couple good episodes to kind of digest tonight. All right, so that should skip the ichor. For this, we're going to set this one just to false. And I think that's it. We're going to fireball this in. I think that's all the cleanup that I have to do. I'm going to leave my debug block in there um, just in case it helps anyone else, because it does tell you the light level, temperature, time, date, season. Tells you, it gives you a lot of good information. Oh, and let's see what this looks like. Au naturel, right? Debug mode off. So localization is not done because I don't have anything done for the boreal spiders. Oh yeah, I haven't seen the big boreal. That's fucking crazy. I gotta redo the spikes there. I want them to kind of differ and get longer the bigger it gets. But that looks pretty damn good to me, honestly. Okay, so I need to do the localization for boreal. I wonder if I should say specifically widow or boreal, or if these should just be I don't know. Not really sure how to handle it. Because part of me is like, well, widow, boreal, like having a subtype would be good. But at the same time, there's only so many spider subtypes, and then you get something like the brown, right? Or a spider that may have like some yellow, like the orb weaver, right? Is yellow. And golden is one of the color variants, but it comes golden already. So, like it doesn't really make sense to have other colors based on these other pattern types of a stalker. I think stalkers are well represented. I like the widow style. I like the fact that the boreal is kind of like that orb weaver unique pattern, and they're complete opposite white. I like that. All right, take widow. Let's do boreal. See, should I do like surface tainted like boreal stalker? I don't know. I'll just call it stalker for now. Whatevs. All right, let's copy all this. Enter, enter, paste. Select it all. Section, turn boreal into widow. So that should fix the localization here. Oh, I have to disable alphas as well because they are not ready. I should probably disable the alpha nest as well so people don't play around and spawn all this stuff. Stop screwing around. I think I need to go to the... Oh yeah, this is the item. Item nest. We will set the nest to false. And I think... Yeah, that's set to true. That's set to false. Shoot, what else did I just say I was going to do? There we go. Abomination Stalker. Thought there was another one I was going to get rid of. The alpha, that's right. Disable the alpha. Just in case someone tries to stumbles upon it and tries to spawn it. It's unfinished. Oh good, I already set it to false. Nice thinking, Vice. Alright, so the new item list is going to be this. Why do I have Stalker Nest and Stalker Den as an item still? I'll leave them in. Let's make sure the handbook reflects like resin. Click that. There's my viscous goo. Do 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 do. There's flax twine, and there's my gossamer. That works. Good. So if it works, it means I can make them. I want to know how badly this thing would kill me. I think it looks pretty cool. I do like the red eyes. Wonder if I should change the... Well, the red eyes are going to be the eyes of the alphas. But I do like it's the band. It's funny how bright it looks, just because of the type of world we're in. Kind of cool seeing like the storm clouds. Oh, and I wanted to try out the lightning rod. Is there anything you do with it? Does it have to be raining to have it activate? Come on. Let there be lightning, baby. God, I love the snow. I don't see shit. It's nothing. Yeah. Interesting. All right. So I think we're pretty much done. I'm just horsing around at this point. There you go, buddy. Now you stay in there and think about what you've done. All right. Leave world. Double check the console here. Make sure nothing errored out. Doesn't look like it. There are no weird print statements, and we've pretty much done everything. Make sure the other world. Again, no print statements. Loaded the config. We wanted to, that's right, I wanted to check the config file for my mod. Eldritch Monsters config, it's called. Got my file version. General settings, can monsters affect blocks? I decided instead of true or false, because it was like claim blocks before, I have a number system, so the minimum is 0, default 1, maximum 2. So 0 is no blocks can be placed at all. It's very restrictive, but in case people want that. 1 is the default, and that means that blocks can be placed on non-claimed land. So I'm thinking of things like the spider, the stalker nest. Those are more like permanent blocks. Like the hollows when I get them in, the graves, things like that. And on claimed land, you could do temporary blocks. So, when I do the switch to like if it's an air block, it turns into web temporarily. Those will be able to, those are like the only minimum changes for claimed land. Blocks can be placed anywheres too, so just anything can happen anywhere. But that's the only config that I have so far. Yeah, I mean, everything else is good to go. Let's make sure under Mod Manager. Eldritch Monsters. Yep, we have to add information in here, and I probably should have a little picture. I think what we're going to do for the picture is I will copy this image. Oh, here it is. So we're going to pull this up, right? I want this to be the image. Fucking crazy ass spider. Yeah, that's the good one. Like that right there, scaled down. Copy. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna stop the game. I'm going to reload one of these random projects. Gonna come down to get the PNG file here for mod icon. I think I want to paste it in here. There it is. That's right. It's a 64 by 64. Eesh. Ik Murma Durkle, man. Um, Paste that in. Let's do image resize. I will make this one 70. Kinda comes in. Not sure if I like that. I don't think I like that. Let's get a picture. Yeah, certain things that it's good to do, right? Like have a decent icon image, even if it's just a temporary one, something decent that kind of reflects the mod a little bit. So for this, because stalkers are the first thing, I'm just going to have it be a stalker. Go here. Oh, actually, that's not the kind of stalker I want. I'll just have a little baby surface stalker. Print screen. That should be a nice clear image. Boop. Grab this, copy, open new. All right, now let's resize this image to, I'll make it 100. Expecting this to whittle down, so 64 by 64. Actually, would be pretty good here. No way. That is 64 by 64 right there. Booyah. We'll whore it up a little bit. So what I mean by that is I'll create this like kind of background, or this border, I should say. Remember when I used to watch Family Guy? You're a McDonald, not a whore. Take that makeup off. 2, 3, 4, and then finally we'll go with the lighter. There we go. That way it makes it seem like it's fancier than what it actually is, which is just like a weird pixelated. I gotta fix some of this pixelation here. So luckily, I'll do something like that, like that. Right. There we go. That way it looks a little better. So we're gonna save that. IO error when writing. Oh, let's shut this off. There we go. Yeah, because it wouldn't allow you to modify that because the thing, it was running. There we go. And that is the right one. All right, we're going to unload this. And I guess in a moment. Let's look at the mod info. Yeah, so that is the name, that is the mod ID. So I have type, mod ID, name, author. Okay. I like to keep the same file format. Yeah, see for the name, now that I know, I can do Eldritch space monsters Vice to be added. This is going to be the 1.0.0 release. I don't do anything with the game dependencies at all. And then this is going to be the quick blurb. Oh God, what did I say? Let's go to the website. Home, Eldritch Monsters. You can say this is a mod that adds monsters. Here we go. Adds monsters to Vintage Story, right? because this adds machines to Vintage Story. This will, I'll say adds monsters to Vintage Story. There we go. All right, so that's done. I think those are the only two things that I really need to focus on, right? Was the mod icon, the mod info, everything else is good. Let's go to build. All right, so now the next step is to export this. I'm gonna minimize this for now. What I like to do is open up this here. We're gonna navigate to our mod, Eldritch Monsters. All right, and basically I copy the mod info, the mod icon. I make sure the DLL is the one that I most recently did, which it is. That is 1 minute ago or less. And then everything in the asset folder. What we do is we send to compress zip folder. Now for this, I had a certain style here. So this is kind of what I decided to go with the naming of my mods. So we're going to carry that over. So instead of Vice Blocks, this is going to be Eldritch Monsters. For Vintage Story 1.17.10, version is going to be 1.0.0 dash. You know, I'm not going to do alpha. I've tested the shit out of this. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to open up Vintage Story itself. The raw game. Version 1.17.11 now available. Are you shitting me? All right, let's flip and get it. 12-second download. All right, so everyone, this is how you update your environment. I like to shut everything down. I'll keep this open. Well, I guess I could just delete this, right? We'll make it for 1.17.11, I guess. As soon as it's done downloading. That is good soup. Come on, man. Burnt. There it is. So basically you would just install it like you normally would, right? Like, guys, my grandpa computer having a heart attack. Hey, what are you trying to make me do? Just trying to update the GD game. It is stuck. My computer is having a heart attack. Here, I'll help it out. we'll close this down. Oh, it's thinking. It's thinking over here. Yeah. Whoa. Did it open twice? Yep. Get rid of the older version. Don't need it. Next install. All right, so we'll be updating the mod to 1.17.11. Extracting. This is actually going to be really easy. Really easy to do. Basically, you install the game. I'm going to rebuild it against 1.17.11. I don't think there's going to be any changes, any differences. There shouldn't be any issues at all. And then I'm going to get in the game. I'll convert it, and then I'll just do the testing, that way. So we don't have to test twice. All right, so we make sure 1.17.11's up. Yep, there it is. So we close it out. Now when we open our environment, there's not much we have to do. I will have to change my GitHub eventually to reflect the new revision. But everything else should be the same. So I'm going to close all the tabs. We're going to come to the top. Going to build this. Success. See, it rebuilt the VS mod launcher because I have a new version of the game. So it rebuilt everything. I'm going to unload that project. Probably should do this for all my mods. Make sure we build one more time. Yep, good to go. So now again, come in here, right? I make sure the DLL reflects the new timestamp, which it does not. So I'm just going to get rid of those two things. We're going to rebuild again. Oh, I think we have to change something. I'll come into here. Save that, and then put it back. Build. There we go. I just wanted to force it. I probably could have done rebuild. There it is. See, it has the old timestamp. I think it's fine. Get our 4 things. Send to zip. We'll call it assets for now. I'm going to go back into my mods. It was vice blocks. I wanted this format. Copy. Go back into here. Paste. This is going to be 1.0.0. Name of the mod is going to be Eldritch Monsters. This is for 1.17.11. All right, so we have our mod. That easy. I'm going to start the game again. We're going to drop this mod into the mod folder, start it up, make sure things work. Open mod folder, paste, reload. There it is. So far, looks good. Adds monsters to Vintage Story. We got our little stalker in the snow. Let's go to single player. We're going to create a new world. Come on. Come on, Grandpa. Get the cane. Bust it out. My little fidget spinner. I like this thing because it's like dual bottle opener. What is that hairdo? You know what? I just don't care. Let me look like that. This is for science. / time set night. We're going right in for it. / game mode 2. Yep, there's my tab. Localization looks good. Spiderweb is indeed good. And it fades, preserving the grass, good. There, we won't do the, I'll do the violet surface stalker. Eyes look good, / time set day. Yep, AI indeed works. Yep, definitely works. Yep, it does damage. Oh god, it does a lot of damage. These things do fucking thing. Wait. No, I can't throw this. Ah! Asshole. I can eat brick. eh. 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 Yeah, you're trying to go to sleep, huh? Goddamn thing. Well, you would normally have a weapon. I think it's working fine. Success. Small, fast, damaging spawn overworld. What could go wrong, right? I cut it way back. This is actually the look at it trying to sleep. Damn. But the colored ones, they do hit harder. They have a little more health. There we go. And it's sleeping somewhere over there now. Now that I'm a little woozy, let's let's put down my favorite admin block. Ah, there we go. Get all that health back, warm up my bones. See, I like the fact that I make them like curl up when they're sleeping. They're kind of really hard to like spot in the grass. Can we make it affected by a non-hostile spawn timer config? What do you mean? The no hostile? I have them as the hostile, so they're under that profile. Jerk. Look at it trying to go. Yeah, that's right. Nothing you can do. I'm admin, baby. There you go. I like the fact that it's poison attack, like the green, the particles are kind of working. There we go. It's simmered back down. I'll leave it alone. It's done well. So I mean everything seems to be working. No hostile mob spawn within the first 3 days by default. Well, it depends on your world. These spiders run off of the hostile profile. So if you go into like this world here, it's your grace timer. So if there's no grace timer, it's just going to be like everything else. Like these spawn in with the drifters. But if you did actually go in and well, I can't do it on a new world. But if you do have a grace timer in there, these don't spawn until that grace timer is done. Right, grace timer it's called. Yep. Yep, that should be it. And it's kind of cool because they do spawn around rifts too. So it kind of plays right into my whole theme of, where these things originate from, like the Lovecraftian lore. And then the weird rusty gears that I have in the bigger versions. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much start to finish. So we have a working mod. Now I get to just upload it to the site. Here we go. Right? I said I was going to do start to finish. Add release. It's going to be the Eldritch Monsters mod. Here we go. Add release. There we go. Let's drag this down there. Compatible with 1.17.11. Put everything in. We'll do initial release. And I'll put a little heart in there in case anyone cares. There we go. Save and back. Now, since this is a draft, I do have to, I think I have to go to edit and then set it as published. Before I do, I'm going to put some exclamation marks here, maybe try and catch people's attention. Work in progress mod. Yeah, okay, so this is a monster mod for Vintage Story. There are a lot of things still not in the game, or still not in the mod, but will be added as time goes on. Usually live stream, my shameless plug, my YouTube page. There we go. I'll say, please let me know what you think. Feedback is always welcome. Exclamation mark. There you go. My gobbledygook down here of all the things I want to put in. Yeah, save. All right, so this should be live. It is that easy to make a mod. That easy. I got my 3 basic pictures here. I got the one where it was mid eating my biscuit. That was just luck. That's almost like, you're taking a picture, right, of like, a mountainside or of a steep hill, and you accidentally fall down it with your camera, and you just happen as you're falling to just click at a panic, and you got like the perfect shot. That's pretty much what this one was here. It was the perfect shot of it, like about ready to attack. Its arms were up, and it was like, "Ah," and I had panicked, and I got it. I'm very happy with that. Got my spear in hand. Rock on. I would argue that adding new creatures with new blocks, new items, new behaviors is not that easy. I guess. I mean, nothing is truly easy. It's not like a 1+1. It's more like a 1+2 +1 +3 +2 +1. Like either way, if you take it section at a time, like I pretty much made this mod all on stream. So if anyone ever wanted to, look at this as a, like an archive or something, like how I did something with, about the initial release of the mod, it's all on my YouTube now. So, I proved that it can be done. Now, this could have been released a lot sooner had I been more motivated to get a mod out, and not, start to expand and build a bunch of other things in the mod. Um, I have something to show off. I was hoping certain someone would have stopped by. Old Vexus. So I do have something. So I ended up creating a lot more with this. See, my thought is I think I'm gonna make a hotkey to open up like a bestiary from my mod. Within there it will have probably like a lore and legend kind of thing. So like the more monsters you kill, maybe I'll add it for like drifters too. Depending on like how the lore update comes out, so I can start, so I can have some of the lore in there. Maybe I can make like titles or I don't know. So I'll figure out something fancy, but I'll show this here. I'll show it. Let's go to the example mod. There's a lot of easies. You just skillfully dodged them all. Went for the hardest possible thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is like writing a descriptive story, right? Like, it's going to be as complex as I want it to be, and unfortunately I want it to be very descriptive with this one because I love Minecraft, and I love Minecraft. It's a great game, but the mods are what make it fun, and Lycanite's mobs have always been a staple of all of my mod packs. I love the extra danger in the world. I love the extra, like, just it's more than just what we have. That's kind of what I'm going to be making with this mod. It's going to be like heavily in that vein. There we go. Let's make it not rain. I'm going to kill that thing before it kills me, before I forget about it and it eats me. There we go. I still got to rework the model too. Like these spikes are not going to be like that. Those are just placeholders. And we're going to come over here. Why not? So I decided. Oh, we're gonna have to do a couple of things. Hold on. We're gonna do a couple of things here. I have to re-enable some things. No, this isn't it. It was item types. We'll set this to true. Let's rebuild. Oh, another thing you have to do that I forgot to do. We're going to force quit this. I need to get rid of the mod that I have in my mod folder because it's going to try and spawn a version of this twice. There we go. Now we can load up the world. Conflicting mod ideas are not fun. So I don't know how I'm going to incorporate this yet. Could be easy. Could be maybe this is its own mod. I'm not sure. Vexus, this is for you. I decided to create pets in the game. Non-combat pets. Bears do not have a cub version, so I created a cub version of these pets. You can name the pets if you just place them down. It gives a lot of information up top. So we can see pet black bear, owner is Vice, current behavior is following. You can right click it to have your pet stay still or follow you. If you shift right click, it converts it back into an item. The pets have AI, so they will just try to wander around within a certain range. They have their little animations, like the bears will lay down, they have a chance of sitting, they have a chance of standing up on their hind legs. Yep, just like that. Little baby bear follows you. Non-combat, nothing crazy. Look at that going right down. I always wanted a pointless panda. Yeah, right? Like little panda cub. Right now, you can have as many of these follow you as you want. So like I can right click on it, and now its behavior is going to be waiting. Same here. So like I can walk away. They'll still kind of aimlessly wander and do their AI, but they will stay in one place. So like I can have that one follow me again and see like he'll follow me. There's a thing where like if you go like a certain distance away, they'll like teleport back to you, just in case they try and get stuck on blocks or something. What you can do is like if you turn it back into an item, I also put in here for good measure, you can name your pets. So I can call this Barry if I want. Now the bear's name is Barry. So you can custom name your bear pets to anything you want. So I can have this. I'll call you Cheeseburger Junior. And it has spaces, like it can take special characters and whatnot. The way I set it up. So yeah, you can have your little pets just kind of follow you. So and I just created this because one of the streams, I was talking with Vexus, right? And we were sending things, and it's like, oh, non-combat pets. I'm like, oh, that won't be too hard to do. And then trying to, I did something stupid. I did a copy and paste of like the spider entity. So it's just, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want this. And then I thought to myself, how could you get these? Right? You could do something like I was thinking in like the big spider webs, like maybe there'd be a rare chance of like, freeing like a baby version because now that I have these animals, I can have like babies of like any of the other animals already in the game follow you. It's the system's already put in place. So, yeah, this is I'll have them both wait for me here. Yeah, this is this is what I did. You got your little polar bears, you got the sun bear. So, yeah, I thought it was cute. Yeah, next stop pet battles. I choose you. Yeah, someone can make the Pokemon mod. I don't think that's gonna be me. uh, little bear. But yeah, see the little sun bear, little just running around. See, it got too far away. If it wanders too far away, it will come back to you. I gave it like a nice 7 blocks. I don't want them to like completely crowd you, so there's like a minimum of 2 blocks, maximum of 7. That they'll just kind of do their own thing. I was thinking about maybe making some AI for these. Here, I'll have them both wait. There you go. The sitting, laying down. I thought it was cute. I thought it'd be nice to like have these prioritized like beds or something. Like that would just be adding more to the AI. Really making them seem unique. But having it to where like your pet would want to lay on your bed. Oh yeah. So yeah, right now, like I said, there's no limit to the because it's just item form. So you can have like a bunch of bears, bunch of little pet bears following you. It's pretty awesome. Oh, hey, let's go get the panda. There you go, buddy. There we go. Follow. So you can have your herd. Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna incorporate these in a monster mod. It's like, do you rescue these from stalkers? But then, how would I make it to where you get these, right? It doesn't make sense to have like, because I feel like stalkers. I'm adding a lot to the stalkers. Like there's gonna be, I still have other versions, other monsters. Like, what would drop a baby bear with a skeleton, right? That just doesn't make sense. Like the stalker web, yeah, it's like maybe they caught the baby and you happen to take down a nest and then you get a drop, right? An item drop. I was thinking either that, or I was thinking if I make the bestiary button, I could have these be just like, non-combat pets that, some of the people who may like stop by the Twitch stream, or some of my friends, right? Like some of the people that have helped, and you know what I mean, like have it to where like maybe there's a special section for like them, to where like you could summon and dismiss one of these like non-combat pets, just as like a thank you. Maybe do like a Patreon thing or something. I don't know. But either way, I do want to make a bestiary kind of thing, because I would also like you to be able to kill enough like stalkers to be able to like summon one as an actual like combat pet to help you out. Or maybe like a wraith or a skeleton, have like, actual like combat pets that you can control. I would also like to do elementals. Maybe I'll do those next. Like I want to do the hollows next, and then the unstable, and then I want to do all the different like elements, like elementals. Water can spawn in water, lava in lava, and fire, and snow, earth. Maybe make some ambient creatures too, so like not everything wants to kill you. But so magic, well, maybe not like an actual magic system. It would be more like a summoning rift kind of Rust World summoning thing. Got to make a fantasy class mod. Yeah, someone needs to make that. Not it. Oh, but yeah, I thought this was a cute thing, but I'm like, I don't know, because like right now they kind of come as items. Boop. So it's like, I don't know. I made the item version of them just to kind of test things out, but I want to, but I don't know if this would be considered like its own mod, because it's kind of out there from like the spiders, right? I don't know. I don't know. So that's another thing that I've been kind of working on here. Um, yeah. So I think it's been about an hour. I've been live streaming about an hour. I wanted to get some sleep. I am going to be live streaming again tomorrow, when Freya goes for her morning, kind of mid-morning walk. So it's probably going to be closer to maybe 9:30 to 10-ish, maybe 10:30 that I start. And it's pretty much going to be right through, the whole walk. So I'll probably have like an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops. Um, I think with the next thing we're going to work on, it's either going to be the alpha version of the stalkers, or we're going to just buckle down and jump into the hollows, making the hollows. Hollows are going to be humanoid, so it's going to be vastly different, I think. Um, Actually, let's pull up the references, because I'm also going to have to clean this up and fill it out. Yeah, humanoid skeleton. The ideas are going to be that these things are going to be able to either walk or crawl. They're going to like to rush towards a player, so they're going to have like a charge ability. Maybe I'll make some variants may have missing limbs. What I really want to do with these is I want to give them the ability to attempt to break down doors, which means that we're also going to have to find a way to reinforce doors. So I was thinking with the doors, like the rickety, the ones that kind of fall off themselves, those are going to be something that we'll target first for a door that, these things will be attracted to and break down. Um, and then I will have to make an item that you can apply to a door to upgrade the door. That's going to be a block behavior that we're gonna make. So we'll be going through, and I'll keep streaming like this. But we're gonna have to make a block behavior that is similar to probably the lockable. That way, it's something that the hollow can look at and see like, oh, this is locked, or this is something I can't break down. That was also something that we are going to enable or disable in the configs as well. So we'll have a special section for the hollows saying like, make it so they can't break down doors, or, can hollows break down doors, true or false. Throwing the bone projectile is going to be pretty easy. The stun part is going to be maybe a little more challenging, just because that's going to involve taking over player controls briefly. That way you can't run or move around or do anything. It's going to be like a lock, probably similar to opening up a menu. Um, and that's kind of like what I'm gonna do with it. We already have some of the types here, but I think we're getting rid of like I kind of moved away from the types up top. So like the widow and the boreal, really it's just gonna be what's in the spring and summer, what's in like the cold temperatures, right? Move speed 1000%. Well, for a short burst, yeah, these things are gonna move. They're gonna just come right over to you. The two versions, the ideas that I had are like an alpha quote unquote version. I'm not sure if I'm gonna call them alpha. It's just the placeholder name I'm using now. But like the better version of the spider, right? And that spider's gonna look different. It's gonna be like the big butt spider, and it's gonna make nests, and it's gonna have things spawn in the nest. For the hollows, the alpha hollow, I think I want to make it look more like a bone abomination. Like a big hulking bone mass, and I want one of its arms to be like a big bone mace too. Um, and I think that ability's, maybe I'll call it like grave calling or something. Um, yeah, I'll say alpha ability grave calling. That would be where it maybe places like an unmarked grave kind of block in an area. So my thought is like it places. We'll just pretend. Actually, I think there are gravestones in the game. Yeah. So it'll be something kind of. I hate when you can't do this. There we go. So like let's say it spawns here, it would put down, a gravestone block. Something that you can't really like. It's not going to be super noticeable like a spider nest. And the idea is that they'll have like a dead animation as for a skeleton. I want them to fall into a pile of bones. So it's gonna spawn here, right? This here. I would think maybe I could have it to where like within a certain radius it taints the land. So maybe it'll be like a darker color, unless there's snow, then you won't really be able to see. And then it can spawn a couple more of the lower level skeletons around it, and then they can just have something to where within a certain radius of the gravestone, the skeletons will kind of pop up. So you could be, imagine a field, right? Grass or snow. That is something like that's going to be hard to see, and it's going to be harder when there's snow because the pile of bones will be kind of underneath the snow. But you'll kind of walk up, and all of a sudden, boom! Like they all aggro on you and start charging you. I think that would add some awesomeness. And then what we can do after we add the basic hollow, it's going to take a while to probably make the model for it because it takes me a while to make models. But we'll get a decent model in there, kind of like the spider. And then what I want to do is I want to make the first flying mod after that. We're going to do the unstable. And they're pretty much going to be like sentient bombs. I think I may give them invisibility unless you go around like torchlight or some kind of artificial light. Um, in which case, if you go near artificial light, it will uncloak them, maybe stun them. I don't know, maybe they run away from artificial light. I'm not sure what their logic is going to be. But I've worked on the hollow more, it seems. But I think, the more I'm talking about the hollow, the more I just kind of want to go for it. Maybe I can do a first pass of the mod and I could put like the basic versions of each monster in that I want to bring in. Get the bestiary up and kind of get that, the dialogue for it down. And then I can go into, the more advanced things like, oh, like this is the advanced stalker. It makes a nest or a burrow. Oh, it does blah blah blah, whatever. Temporal gears and handed midlight could be their kryptonite or their source of power. We got right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like with stuff like this, for instance, I would like it to where like if you have a torch, like a torch either in your offhand or in your main hand, and you get webbed by a spider or something, like I want you to be able to burn the web. Like little things like that that they're harder to put in than just like the basic mob. That's why it's not in right now. Um, Give it a temporal gear, it transforms into a stronger version. Yeah, kind of like the lightning strike creeper or something, right? Yeah, but I think that goes along with the contamination because remember, all my monsters have different contamination levels. So you'll have something like the corrupt. You have the okay, so abomination, corrupt. There's the tainted, and of course the surface slash time set day. All these monsters are going to be too bright, but you have like your regular monster, and then you have the tainted, which starts to have some of the gears in there. Um, I want it to feel more like the drifters, where like they're more rift tainted. And then you got this, right? The bigger version, the stalker, the corrupt. They got like the gear embedded in there and kind of wrapped around all the way through. And then you have like the final version, which is just like multiple gears, like it's kind of rust infused a little bit. If you could see its underside, like I even put some things kind of like throughout the body. I think the little gear, the little rust bolt in the fang was a decent touch. Um, but yeah, and eventually I'd like to make it to where some of these monsters actually spawn during temporal storms as well. Temporal storms are kind of weird. I may ask Tyrant for a hook for it, like as a feature request. That way we could just register other creatures spawning during temporal storms easily, so I don't have to like modify temporal storms or anything crazy. That things looks like it ate too many tainted drifters. Yeah, right. And that's what these things are. They're the stalkers. So the idea is they come from that plane, the Rust world, and they of course like the texture. I may end up redoing these textures. Like for now, I like the fact that I have There we go. I'll pull out this one. I like the fact that I have like the different colors and they're kind of widow-esque. Like this is the Verdant one. Like it's I like it, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it could be better, like the texture. Like maybe I could blend it in a little more, like figure out where the rust spots are on the mappings and kind of have like a faded rust patch so it's not as like just going into a texture. But that comes with like fine tuning. Once I have the basic, monsters down, that stuff just that's cleanup. Kills drifters and feeds it to spider. Tries to pet spider. See, that's the thing. Like if I make it to where you kill so many of these and then you gain like a lore and legend for it, and then maybe have a summoning staff to be able to, like summon these as like pets or something. Maybe like having slash pet, like I could make these ropeable, so you can like put them on a leash or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what direction I want to take with it. All I know is that I wanted more variety of the things that are trying to kill me than drifters, and like wolves and hyenas. Because really, that's all you have. Like we have drifters, we have wolves. I mean hyenas if you're in a hotter plane. There's nothing else that's really scary in the game. That's it. And even drifters aren't that scary. Like they're pretty easy to kill. They're kind of lumbersome, kind of, they'll come up and hit you and then try to run away. It was feels kind of easy, but fucking spiders, these spiders, like I made them vicious. Like they jump at you. They have like special attacks. They don't throw stones. Like they'll web you down, which is which is kind of funny because like if there's a couple of them, one or two actually will stop and then try to web, and the other ones come in for the attack, and they don't get slowed down by the web, so you have to be very, very careful. You know, I do like the different colors. Waiting for the reveal of a dozen new enemy types in 1.18. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any new enemy types in 1.18. I think Tyron's working really hard on world generation. The mountains and everything, which it's a huge update. Like ah, like the new world. Oh my God, it looks freaking awesome. Having like huge oceans, sold. Like if you ever wanted to suck me into this game, like my biggest thing was, well, there aren't really oceans, there aren't really, like the land generation felt kind of limited a little bit, like you're landlocked. But now, like, come on, man. Like, not even a little one, maybe a bigger butterfly. Well, I mean, that's just not coming in the game, right? Like, Tyron would have teased it. I think butterflies are getting hitboxes, in which case I'm totally going to give my spiders AI to eat butterflies. Like when they're around, it's going to be one of their passive things that they do. They're going to do like the lunge attack onto a butterfly and eat it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of ideas, but at least the basic mod is out now. People can kind of see how the stalkers are. Are they too powerful? Are they not powerful enough? It's going to be really rare for people to just stumble upon the tainted, the corrupt, and the abomination. I made them really, really low. Like you have to go really deep down, like the other drifters, to start to see them. Um, Chances are people won't really see them. I haven't even tested to see if they spawn. Let me take a look here. They may not even spawn. Not yet. It just may be all these surface creatures. Let's take a look. Little looky loo. No, they should spawn. The normal spawn only on the surface and in cave entrances. And then once you go in the cave, a certain X and Y down, yeah, you'll get a very rare chance at tainted, a very rare chance at the corrupt, and a very rare. Oh, actually, that's it. You don't even get the abominations yet. I don't even have those spawnable yet. But again, like I also wanted to make the temporal webbing for them, so I'm still trying to figure things out. And that's kind of why I wanted to. I'm still going to work on the stalkers too in my streams, just because I feel like we're close, but we're not quite there yet. Like the stalker surface widow. Does the word widow even have to be in there? Why can't this just be the stalker, the surface stalker? And then I can have an underground stalker. Like maybe I split these up, the contamination, into different profiles, right? So like I could have like the above, like maybe these above ones spawn during temporal storms if I can get the hooks for them. Maybe like the underground version will spawn, just randomly in the caves. I don't know. It is a mystery. But yeah, I'll end up ironing these things out. And the more I work on the stalker, the easier it's going to be when I bring about the hollow. Because right now, to make the hollow, I get to change out, like three of these to whatever colors that I think are gonna look good. Like maybe I'll do like a crimson, um, I don't know, maybe like a dark, I don't know. But I basically change out these modifiers. I point the texture, the shape and the textures to different things. And then I come down to the AI. Like I'll probably have to fill in the animations as I go. But down in the AI itself, like the behaviors and everything, like all these are going to be, I got to tweak the health, right? These are going to have more health than the little spiders. But the AI, play with the AI, and I'm good to go. Bam, we got them in. Make a model for them. Bam. I have so many. I actually went through um, entity AI tasks. I have quite a few AI tasks that I'm going to really be able to utilize, like the look at entity aggro. That's something that the hollows are going to have. I want them to be kind of passive until you get too close, until they can sense you in the area. And then I want them to just go right into like aggressive form. Not this whole like, oh, it's seeking you from this many blocks away. No, it's more like a if it sees you kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know. A lot to do with this mod. I'm excited to expand it. And I hope people enjoy at least the basic spiders trying to eat their biscuits. Oh yeah. All right. I think it is about time for bed. Let's cancel that. So I made a change here. Oh yeah, I did. I did. Save. Yeah, and these are the colors that I figured I'd throw in for the modifiers. So maybe for the skeletons, scarlet would be a good color. The azure would probably be good as well. And then maybe because they're skeletons, like the dark would be good. Because I think like skeleton, it's going to be kind of white bone. So black, probably black, red, and blue are going to be the modifiers for it. That's the thought. And then the abyssal nomicon, I may not, I don't know. Maybe I can call it instead of abyssal nomicon. Maybe it could have something to do with rust. So I can copy this. I swear to God, I know how to type. So like the in Lovecraftian, like I've been looking into the Lovecraftian lore side of things. So in that, it's actually called the Necronomicon, is where like the Cthulhu and Yogg, what Sothoth or whatever, like all the nameless ones, right? All the crazy ones and everything. They're all referred to in the Necronomicon. I don't want to make my book the Necronomicon. Feels like it's too on the nose. I want it to be more in themed with this game, which takes from inspired by Lovecraftian stuff and not the Lovecraftian stuff itself. So maybe it would be a Riftonomicon, or I don't know. It should have something like Riftonomicon. I don't know. I think that's going to be the next thing that we do. I may make the basic hotkey and make it to where, like maybe you could summon some of the non-combat pets. Primitive Survival has a Necronomicon. All right, so it's a good thing I didn't want to be that on the nose then. A Riftonomicon, maybe. Or maybe a monster manual, I could call it. Monster Bestiary. I don't know. See, my biggest hiccup here, it's not actually programming things. If I dig into this and I know what to call it, I mean, I can make a dialogue box, right? I can set up everything, set up the hotkey pretty easily. Like all this stuff could be done in like half hour or less. Like it's not that hard to do. It takes me a while coming up with the names for things. I overthink it. I guess it's classic overthinking. Like how many times throughout all the series, right? Like I had variant groups for, I had like the widow, the recluse, the orb weaver, and then I pull those things back. And then variants were, like the big butt, thick leg stuff, and I'm like, no, I decided to just go with the thin legs because I don't like how closely they resemble locusts with thick legs. Bam, changed all that. Now we settled on these two things, variant contamination, I may very well make it to where, like, instead of surface here, I may make it to where there's just another variant group, and I say, I call it Terra, and then I say, like, surface or underground, and then bam, it spawns all the different kinds of spiders I need, and I have all the AI and logic in one place. Who knows? Maybe I do it, maybe I don't. Roll the dice. For this, maybe I do something where I'll do something like warm and then cold, and then have it to where instead of like a widow and a boreal, like maybe it's just, these spawn in warm temperatures, these spawn in cold, and it's just literally a variant group of the main thing. I don't know. I don't know what kind of crazy ass thing I'm going to think of next. Although that does sound right up my alley. Having the variant groups, having one for the temperature. It's not bad. It's not bad. Could be better, but that is not bad. See, that's the thing. Like once I narrow it down, right? Once I get it down, it'll be quick to replicate. But I got to really make sure I nail it down. There has to be a surface and there has to be an underground variant because I need to spawn them at different rates. Like the amount that I spawn at the surface would flood the caves and underground. You would have nothing but like stalker after stalker after stalker, like 4, 5, 7, 10 of those things all jumping you at once because there's only so much space underground to spawn in the caves. Lame. Lame. They got to be much more sparse. You don't want the ones up top building nests because then you'll have these nest blocks like all over the damn place. They have to be like underground, right? And I'll probably make it to where the spiders don't really despawn like the surface ones do or drifters or anything. Maybe they're more stationary. Um, and then it takes like maybe a really far distance and a long time to despawn them. Like they're just so vastly different. And then how big do I want this file, really? You know? I don't know. All right, everyone. I can keep talking, but it is time for bed. I guess this right now would conclude the initial, from creation of the mod to its first little baby release. Hey, and I had a couple people download it already. Nice. Yay, and someone's following it. I'll follow it too. Why not? We got 2 people following it. Yay. I hope people enjoy it. This kind of stuff is a labor of love. You like a game, you like a community, and you just kind of want to add to it. But, all right. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, I will be streaming tomorrow at it'll probably be anywhere between 9:30 to 10:30, probably 11 at the latest is when I would start. And then really it's until Freya gets back. So, could be a good hour and a half to 2 hours. And then I don't know if anyone has any suggestions on like how I can bring pets into the game or like my little bear pets or any other suggestions for like monsters or abilities or anything. I would be happy to hear them out. Okay. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.